Hey guys, welcome back to the land of books and their screen adaptations. This week I have a subscriber request fulfillment on deck. For Sean Riley, we have The Entity. The movie, he says, scared the bejesus out of him. The book was absolutely amazing, but says nothing about it being based on a true story, but that doesn't mean it wasn't. Anyway, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I looked all over every streaming service, and The Entity is not available for streaming. Not here in the States, anyway. I also looked for a hard copy at my local bookstore, and after just searching far and wide, the only way I can possibly get my hands on it in its entirety is on Blu-ray on Amazon for a price tag that I honestly can't justify at this time. This movie is that much of a rare gem and a cult classic. So, with that being said, that leaves the door open for this to be revisited. What I did do was watch it piecemeal in various clips on YouTube and read the synopsis on IMDb, and I'm reasonably sure that I've gathered enough to work with to make a good comparison to the book. First off, both the book and the movie waste no time getting right to it. After we are introduced to Carla and her kids, her name is Carlotta in the book. Once she's alone, that evil being is on her like cold on snow, just inflicting cruelty after cruelty and indignity after indignity. After that, we are introduced to difference number one. Carla's friend Cindy is nothing but supportive and compassionate in the book. In the movie, she's a judgy and over-opinionated Karen who uses Carla's trauma to give her a face full of 2 cents. Difference number two is Carla's circumstances. In the movie, she works and goes to night classes in an effort to evolve professionally. In the book, she's down and out on public assistance and going to secretary school back when that was a thing. Difference number three comes right after this evil spirit takes over her car and gets her in a wreck. Her encounter with Dr. Snyderman was suggested by Cindy, in the movie. In the book, she was brought to the hospital by EMTs, and Dr. Snyderman was a fairly young psychiatrist and trauma counselor in the book, who happened to also be on call when she was brought to the ER. Dr. Snyderman himself is the fourth difference. In the movie, he's a mansplaining head shrinker who just dumps on Carla. Tells her this is all self-inflicted because of her toxic parents and her terrible taste in men. In the book, he's more compassionate and obviously a better listener. He gets her account of each attack by the evil spirit as well as her history. And while he's convinced that she has a mental illness and everything happening to her is self-inflicted, he doesn't beat her over the head with his opinions. He's determined to treat her, help her heal, and prove himself to this old guys club of seasoned psychiatrists who see him as a rookie. Carla's past is the fifth difference. Her parents were abusive Bible thumpers in the book and the movie, which also in the book and the movie prompted her to run away with her first husband, who was a drunk and a junkie, who got himself killed in a wreck, leaving her alone with their son, who we know as Billy, her almost grown son and man of the house. After her husband's death, she moved away, out of the city, and out to the peace and quiet in Montana, which are very well described in the book as the happiest years of her life. She met her second husband out there, a rancher who knew how to live off the land and was much older than her. They built a wondrous life together. He helped her raise Billy through his formative years, and he delivered their 2 daughters himself. Sadly, it all came to an end when being so much older brought him down, and now Carla was on her own with 3 children. She moved back to the city and took a job, serving at a country club, which was where she met her current boyfriend, Jerry. And Jerry is a successful businessman, and Billy hates him, sees him as a user and an interloper. The only difference about Jerry from book to movie is that in the book, he does not abandon Carla after seeing for himself what this evil spirit does to her. The book and the movie mirror each other once again when the team of paranormal investigators meets with Carla to come up with a game plan to trap and destroy the evil spirit with liquid nitrogen, using Carla as bait. At the same time, Dr. Snyderman isn't letting up on wanting to treat Carla from a psychiatric standpoint. There is one scene from the movie at this time that I want to clear up as a gross misunderstanding. While she is put under, it is implied she had some kind of dirty little fantasy about her own son. Not the case. In the book, she has something like an out of body experience and observes her kids while out of her body. And at the time her spirit visited upon her son, he was about to hop in the shower. You know, that's all. After the experiment with the liquid nitrogen is executed, the book and the movie go completely separate ways. The movie kind of falls flat with, yeah, she moved out with the kids and no evil spirits ever bothered her ever again. The book has no such happy ending. After the entrapment with the liquid nitrogen, it's implied that the attempt to trap the spirit failed. And then the story cuts right to a sad end of Carla, committed to inpatient psychiatric care for the rest of her life, and her kids in foster care, because Dr. Snyderman won, determined herself too dangerous to herself and her kids. And that is the entity in a nutshell, made of liquid nitrogen. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, smash the like button, share and subscribe. It all helps me out. And I also have a sponsor in the description and a discount code. And I'll see you back for the next book and movie.